Welcome back to Hope with Jonathan. I'm your host, Jonathan Trailer. We have a fantastic show for you tonight. Mr. David Perchinsky is going to be on with us, talk about his warrior story in battle with chronic kidney disease, doing dialysis, and waiting on a life saving kidney transplant. And we can't wait for him to come on and talk with us tonight and share his journey. That being said, we want to talk a little bit about Kidney Solutions. Kidney Solutions, a network of transplant experience. If you are battling chronic kidney disease, going through dialysis, waiting for a kidney transplant, you want to go over to kidneysolutions.org, check out their website. We will post you across our social media. We will put you on our website. We'll send out flyers. We also have an awesome support group, and we meet every Monday night. That's the Kidney Support Group. And if you will go over there at kidneysolutions.org and check out what we have to offer, you will be so excited because guess what? The price is exactly free. So for completely free, you can join kidneysolutions.org and come over and join our family. We have a great support group, an amazing group of volunteers that help out. It's all ran based with people that are centered around chronic kidney disease, kidney transplant recipients, and living kidney donors. So check us out, kidneysolutions.org. With that being said, guys, we want to go ahead and bring on our special guest. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in a little intro video for him. But without further ado, let's welcome to our show David Perchinsky. What's going on, David?
Hey, thanks a lot for having me tonight. It's a pleasure. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. David, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, good evening, everybody. My name is David Perchinsky, born and bred in Bloomington, Minnesota. Lived in a couple of different states, but back to Minnesota to receive life-changing care because of my kidney disease. In 2017, at the tail end of the summer, actually the fall, I was cutting my grass. I was 45 years old, healthy, no problem, no symptoms of kidney disease, and I was cutting my grass, and no, I could no longer push my lawnmower. I took off my boots. I was winded, and my feet were the size of small watermelons. So that's really when kidney disease struck. Oftentimes, it's called the silent killer. It's almost killed me. Two strokes, minor heart attack, later five bypass. Hasn't killed me yet. Um, in many aspects, dialysis is a treatment to prolong my life. But in the meantime, my full-time job is trying to find a living kidney donor. But thanks again for having me tonight. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely, David. I wouldn't have it any other way. And we know that I think we've pretty much met across social media platforms such as Twitter, things like that. So also, we've probably connected through the power of networking with Kidney Solutions
Correct.
and that organization. So why don't you talk a little bit about Kidney Solutions and what it's done for you so far?
Sure, sure. I would say probably 6 months ago, I was perusing social media as everybody does, and I came upon Kidney Solutions probably from a Twitter feed of some sort. And I reached out to them, and lo and behold, probably about 45 minutes later, I got a telephone call from Kent Bressler. He's the founder of and the creator of Kidney Solutions. Kidney Solutions is a support group. It has a cross section of dialysis patients, from people that are on dialysis, who have been transplanted, who are living donors. So we all learn from each other. We all support each other, and it's really been the vehicle that has sprung me into finding a living kidney donor. Prior to that, finding a living kidney donor was just kind of glossed over in the whole trauma of getting on dialysis. And at one point in time, I just kind of just told myself, you know what, if this is the life I have to lead, I'll do my best. But through the encouragement of Ken Bressler and Shannon Mulry, um, it's been life changing. It truly has been. And for anybody that's on dialysis, that's on the transplant list, or is going through the process of getting on the transplant list, I wholeheartedly would hope that you would join Kidney Solutions. The more, the merrier. The more we learn from each other. So um, the people that
Absolutely.
the people that I have met, such as yourself, has been transformational. Has been encouraging. Has been motivating for me. And in many aspects, I was thinking about it today. It's probably the purest group of people that I've ever been around in this type of environment. So I am eternally indebted to them.
Yeah, awesome group of people. The selling point for Kidney Solutions is that they offer all these services completely free of charge.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been hanging around Kent for 2.5 years now, and I've never received a bill, nor have I ever been billed for anything services from Kidney Solution, which is incredible. And
incredible, incredible.
yeah, and the reason why we think that this is such a winning formula to help out kidney patients is you're going through enough already as a kidney patient who's battling dialysis and kidney failure, and you don't need an extra bill. I mean, we're being billed enough, so it's
It- you're
it's
exactly
amazing.
right, and on top of it, it's interesting that you said that, because there's support from family and friends, which we all love, and some of us have it and some of us don't. But the support from the Kidney Solutions Group is unique, because, as I said before, some are on dialysis, some aren't on dialysis, some are getting prepared for it, some are transplanted, some are living donors. So we all can bounce off feelings and ideas, and it's very unique, but it's I personally think it's transformational. I really do.
Absolutely, it is. It's life changing.
Yeah,
And when you battle something like chronic kidney disease, go through experience kidney failure, you're living on dialysis, man, support is so crucial and it's so needed.
oh, it's everything, because as I mentioned before, your family can relate to you, because in many aspects they're going through it with you. But the experience of being on dialysis, for example, my dialysis is Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 4 hours. I'll come back to the house and I'll crash for 2 hours, and my day is basically done for the day. And then the chronic fatigue is real, and the chronic fatigue, and the fact that the strength is very limited, and the mobility, and knowing that you have support with people that are going through it, it's extremely helpful.
Absolutely. And to join with other people who are experiencing the same issues and meet new friends and just knowing that
Right,
you're
right,
not alone. You're not
right,
alone in this.
right. And as you well know, when you mention to people that aren't really familiar with what dialysis is, it's difficult conversations, because it's a very unique experience. But in many aspects, in the state of Minnesota, there's 11,000 people that are going through dialysis, much like I am. There's over 100,000 people nationwide that are on the transplant waiting list.
Hmm.
So the Kidney Solutions Group is very unique, because there's people from Washington, New York, Texas, Florida, Minnesota. So
Right, right.
we all have many things in common. We can laugh with each other. We can cry with each other, but we
Right.
can relate with one another.
Right. So a question was asked by Michael Lolo. Do we meet as a group on a regular basis? The answer is yes.
Uh-huh.
Every Monday night is a support group for kidney transplant or kidney disease or whatever stage you are as a kidney patient in
Right.
general. You
Right.
can join over there, even including family members, friends, people who are just associated. If they want to come, they're invited as well. But we meet every Monday night at 6 p.m. Central, and that is by invite, and it's a Zoom meeting. You can go to kidneysolutions.org and sign up for that and get all the information for the Zoom meeting to get invited to that. And we'd love to have you. We'd love to have anyone that wants to join.
Love to have you. Love to have
So,
you.
love to have you. So, David, talk a little bit about what you did in an earlier career as a baseball coach.
Well, I was a baseball player, uh, more of a role player in college, Division II athlete. Um, when I graduated with my undergraduate in social science education, I became a high school baseball coach for about 3 years. And then I decided that I wanted to go back to South Dakota State University and get my master's degree and become really a college coach. And
Sure.
so from there, spent a couple years getting my master's degree, went on to the University of Wisconsin Whitewater, had tremendous amount of success there, developed some lifelong friendships, people that I love and adore. And from there, I went to a community college back in the Minneapolis area as a more in the teaching role, in the professor role. And my last stint of education, I was a high school administrator, and just kind of I was a high school athletic director. I'm still in the arena of athletics, but I removed myself from the coaching roles, from the day to day genre of that, and so that was my last stint in 2017 in education because my kidney disease struck and everything completely completely changed.
Yeah, I mean it's life. It changes your whole trajectory of your path and your
Hmm.
journey, and turns you around 360 and takes you in a complete different direction. And everything's focused around your health. And
Yep.
it's like your health is a full time job, literally, when you're battling chronic kidney disease, dialysis, the whole nine. It's like doing dialysis. I compare it to working a part time to even full-time job, literally.
Well, it's full
And
time. It's full time.
full-time, I mean,
It's
when you're not doing dialysis, you're going to another doctor's appointment, and
oh
it's just it's so many things that you're juggling, and it's tough.
yeah, that's a great point because there's a care team that
Hmm.
surrounds the patient. For instance, on my care team, I have a nutritionist, I
Hmm.
have a nurse, I have a couple technicians at my center, I have a facility administrator, I have a nephrologist, but then I also have my transplant team. So the team.
We lost David there for just a second. He'll probably come back in. But hey, guys, I really appreciate you guys supporting our show tonight. And let me add David right back in. We
Yep,
lost
no problem,
it for a second. That's
no problem,
okay.
no problem.
So
Yeah,
where was you on that?
I was just talking about the care team and
Mm-hmm.
how important it is that the patient really is their best advocate. And I can 100% tell you that my care team is the best in the world, as everybody I would hope would say the same thing too about their care team.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very circular,
Mm-hmm.
and the the attention to detail with my care team
Mm-hmm.
is in many aspects intimate. They know my dialysis nurse knows my body rhythms better than I do.
That
That's
that's incredible.
that's how important it is to be actively involved with the process, because the more you communicate with them, the more they'll communicate with you, and then it becomes a very much a reciprocal relationship.
Sure. Well, on that note, what type of modality are you doing with, dialysis, and what days are you doing it, and
Sure,
talk a
sure,
little bit about the dialysis treatment.
sure. I'm doing in center, kind of a mind fart right now. Um, hemodialysis in center.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fistula. Um, when I first started my dialysis session, I think started at 11:30. It's changed quite a bit, but now I start at 5:45 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The dialysis session is roughly about 4 hours. From a mobility standpoint, you basically sit in a reclining chair and
Mm-hmm. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with that, but that's okay. David will bounce right back in here.
here. Are you
There we.
there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, in center hemodialysis. I have a fistula, and it starts at 5:45 in the morning, and I'm done by 10 o'clock. Um, there, you will have some good days, you will have some bad days. That's the rhythm of dialysis. A lot of it. I don't know why we keep breaking up. Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've been doing it for 3 years, a little bit over 3 years, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll continue to do it until I get a living or a deceased kidney donor.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dialysis can be tough. I mean,
Oh,
it's
oh,
so enduring, and sitting in a chair for 3 to 4 hours, whatever your
yep.
treatment calls for,
Or
and then the side effects of
oh my goodness.
just
Oh my
being so
goodness.
tired and all that. So
Yeah. It really it messes with everything from your vision to your mobility. There
hmm
is it's just it's all encompassing. It really is.
yeah. You also have had to have a heart procedure as well. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. After my initial, I don't know, surprised that I had kidney disease,
Right.
kind of recovered, but I really wasn't tied into the health system at that point in time.
Yeah.
Thought I could fight through it. I was 45 years old, didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Typical male, typical macho crap, and ended up having two small strokes and a heart attack.
hmm
Uh, Recovered from that. At that time, that's when I met my nephrologist in the hospital, Dr. Fan. He's world class, by the way, Dr. Fan. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, gotta have a little fun with this, brother. You know what I mean? Um,
You're not a fan or anything, are you?
oh, I think I have his baseball card someplace, right? Come on now. But about a year and a half into dialysis, it was really taking a wear and tear in my body,
Yeah.
and ended up having five bypass.
Wow.
And yeah, that's been a very long, arduous road. But I'm to the point where I'm working out on a consistent basis. From a nutritional standpoint, I'd say I'm 85, 90% vegetarian. I gotta have my weekly tacos because I gotta have tacos. Um, but hey, as even my dietitian has told me, you have to live a little bit too, because
Yeah.
our days are just literally revolved around, am I going to live today?
Right.
And it's not easy, and you have to have some respite, so to speak. So
Yeah.
I did about 4 months of cardiac rehab, had a couple setbacks. I think at the end it was about 6 months. Um, I then had what was called the vestibular nerve,
hmm
uh, which is the main nerve in the back of your head in your spine.
hmm
Mine was all out of whack, and I had to do 2.5 months of vestibular nerve training rehab. And am I back to totally where I want to be? No, absolutely not. Once I get that kidney transplant, I'll feel a lot better.
Oh, you most definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely. And so David, you have any family? Where are you at with that? As far as do you have any family and support, maybe from friends and things like that?
Well, I have a 17-year-old daughter and almost 15-year-old twins, and they live in Durham, North Carolina. Um,
Okay.
that's where my ex is with her new family. Um, I have some wonderful uh, friends that have rallied around me, have been a huge point of motivation for me, and I lean on them sometimes. They lean on me. We've been friends since high school. They've been my buddies in my wedding, and I've got a great support group. So I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky.
Yep. You sure are. You sure
Yep.
are blessed.
Yep.
So we have a question here from Kidney Conversations. I know this individual. He lives in Toronto, Canada. So hey,
Oh, neat.
Kyle. But he's asking the question about after heart issues, did you find your hemodialysis harder? Let me see if I can get him to come back in. He may having a little bit of technical difficulties there. But after heart issues, did did you find home hemodialysis harder? And I would think so. But David, did you find that your home or your hemodialysis treatments were harder after your heart issues?
No, they were easier. For example, when I went into dialysis, I weighed 171 pounds. I was terribly sick. Gained about, yeah, gained weight again, got really sick again. That's when the five bypass happened,
Hmm.
and I go to in-center dialysis because I'm surrounded by professionals, and I don't want anybody else putting needles in me. They're the professionals. I love them, and they support me.
Absolutely. I totally understand that. I totally understand that because and when you're a dialysis patient, you kind of feel like a human pincushion. So sometimes you
Oh,
feel like you want
oh,
somebody more professional than
yeah,
yourself to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So some people like in-center dialysis, and I'm all about patient options and whatever's most
Absolutely,
comfortable for patients. And
absolutely.
so if you feel like that home dialysis is for you, then I recommend you do that. But if you feel like that you don't want to do home dialysis, whether it be peritoneal or home hemo,
Hmm.
then you go in center and you trust the center for that. And but I'm all about options, and I feel like that if you feel like you're comfortable with that, then I'm good with that as well.
As you well know, I'm sure you do, and I'm sure you've seen things too.
Hmm.
Um, there's many things that can go wrong,
Right.
and for me to be around a supportive group and an educated group of professionals, like you said, options. I feel very much at ease when I walk into my center.
Yeah, I mean, you will, especially if you can find someone that really knows what they're doing in
Oh
there,
gosh, yeah,
and and
yeah.
so
You're exactly right. You're
so
exactly right.
so David, let me ask you a question, and I always give this opportunity to all the patients that come on my show that are
Hmm.
needing a kidney. Right now, what would a kidney do for you, and how would it change your life?
I'm 49 years old. I want to get my life back together. Now, will my life be totally back together? No, because I'll be on medication and things of that nature, but I'll be functional again. I'll be able to educate. I want to get back in the education world. I want to be near my kids again. I want to get an opportunity to see them grow. Um, I want to have an opportunity to impact education in the future. And the best way that I can describe chronic kidney disease is like having a very bad flu every single day. And then some days you can't get out of bed.
Right.
So I want to be able to just jump out of bed and just get going. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great answer to the question, and I definitely want to see you get there, and I want to see you get that transplant because
Thank you.
I think that because of your experience and what's happened with you, that you will continue to make an impact on chronic kidney disease, and I think that you'll be involved in that. You'll want to help and advocate and do things like that for other patients because of what happened to you,
I
and
hope so. I hope so.
yeah, and so if you guys are interested at all, anyone at all, and you come across this podcast, I want you to go on and go over to kidneysolution.org. They will have all of the answers to your questions. We have a living kidney donor advocate in Shannon Mulroy. She will answer any questions at
Hmm.
all that you have regarding living kidney donation because what better than a representative of that space? She is a living kidney donor herself. And so she can answer any questions that you will have regarding, what you will experience, the recovery time, and all of that stuff. So she can answer any of those questions for you. You can call this number 1-830-285-2140. We are located in Texas, but we help people all over. So that doesn't matter. We just want you to call. You can talk with the vice president. He's a 35-year kidney transplant recipient himself, Kent Bressler, and he will talk with you and get you right in the path that you need to go to help test and be a donor for David. And we definitely want you to check out that website at kidneysolutions.org. And of course, you'll be able to refer right back to this video for any other information. They'll be in the description as well. And we want to definitely give David an opportunity to send a special shout out to anybody out there that he would like to send a shout out to.
I would just like to thank Kidney Supports, Kidney Solutions for being life changing, and I like to just I appreciate everybody getting a chance to listen to this podcast, get educated, and please everybody go to your annual doctor visits. Try to eat healthy, exercise like crazy, and live your life to the fullest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Live your life to the fullest, and definitely go get your kidneys checked out. Ask for a
Oh,
kidney health check.
yeah.
It's a simple blood test that will test, your GFR, your creatinine, your bun, and it'll be able to tell whether or not your kidneys are functioning properly. Also, ask for a simple urine test, a urine analysis. It will detect different things like protein in your urine and things like that. You should not have any protein in your urine at all. And so, if you do, then there's question there whether or not you have chronic kidney disease. And so, definitely get your kidneys checked out. The statistics vary, but there are people walking around right now with chronic kidney disease and don't even know they have it. And
Yeah.
so, you definitely want to stay on top of it, stay on top of your labs. And I want to appreciate everyone that showed up to watch this podcast, asking questions. My friend in Toronto, I really appreciate you. The answer is no. I will not be closing out the show with a song on my guitar back there.
Uh,
Oh, you're a mess. And thank you for sharing your story, David. So
yeah,
he's,
thanks for having me. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. You're an incredible guest and an inspiration. I mean, to overcome, well, to find out you had kidney disease, surprise, and then to, overcome a five bypass. Obviously, there's a reason why that you're still here with us. And
I hope
so
so. I hope so.
I truly believe that someone will come along and want to be a donor to you. Again, you guys, you can check out all the information at kidneysolutions.org. Hey, again, we really appreciate you for watching the show. You guys take care, and God bless you.
Thanks, everybody.